We have seen how After Effects is able to manipulate a clip from external files in his own workspace. His workspace is visualized here in the composition windows and is a 3D workspace. What does it mean? That it's possible to place external clip into a virtual 3D space inside After Effects. Let's start creating inside our timeline a new solid layer, the same size of the composition, with a red color. Now with this button I can activate the 3D option for this layer. Now this layer can be animated, moved in time into a 3D workspace. Let's watch what does it mean. Now first of all I have to split my composition windows into two views. On the left side now I have my top view, and on the right side I have the default active camera that is perpendicular to the point 0, 0, 0 that is in the center of the layer, where the layer has been created with the default value. Now I can change my visualization instead of top into custom view. In this way I'm transforming my viewport into a perspective viewport. In this way I can orbit my camera or my visualization. I can track panning around my camera, I mean my point of view, or I can zoom in and out my point of view. Being a layer 3D means that if the layer is far from the camera, as in the reality, has to be seen smaller than if it's close to the camera. As you can see now this layer is getting bigger as it gets closer to the camera, to the point of view that is perpendicular to this layer, is up here more or less, and it gets smaller getting far. Also this layer can be rotated all around in any direction. I can choose to lock my direction into one of the three default axes of the 3D world, so that they are X, Y and Z, X, Y and Z, which are the three base color: red, green and blue. I can use my default pivot point like now, and the default pivot point is centered to the object and aligned to the object with the Y, with the Z axis perpendicular to it. Or I can choose to switch a different world axis mode, so my pivot point in this way is not more aligned to the object, but is aligned to the 3D space. As you can see, as I rotate my object now, my axes are locked. Or I can choose a different way that is perpendicular to camera. What does it mean? From any point of view I want to rotate my visualization, my pivot point will be always perpendicular to my camera. So I can rotate the object in a very different ways. Of course, what we said before about the layers are still functions. What it means, if I want, I can scale my object. I can choose directly its orientation from here, but instead of having two axes I can now manipulate three. I have my anchor point, I mean everything is still like before. Now I have one axis more to manipulate and to control inside my composition. Well, in this occasion may be useful sometimes to use a camera. A camera allows us to have a different viewpoint from the perspective viewpoint that we are having. The perspective viewpoint can help us to position our object inside our 3D workspace to have a better point of view, that is the camera, the active camera. In the next video we are going to study how does it camera behave inside a 3D workspace.